So, whenever I see a beautiful painting on my feed, my first instinct is like what goes behind the minds of the painter, like what they were thinking while making that painting and why they made certain creative choices. And most of the time, it's not that deep. So, today I'm gonna show you what goes behind my mind while making a painting. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is find a reference. And the problem with that right now is that I came across this reference on Pinterest and I swear I saved that reference, but right now I cannot find it. I'm going to search for it. If I do not get the specific reference, then we'll see what will. So this is where I usually save my reference images, and there are so many amazing references here, but I cannot find the one I saved. And I really want to draw that, but I cannot find it. Okay, so I looked for so many references on Pinterest and I couldn't find the one. Yeah, so I'm just gonna draw and see where things go. Our next task is deciding where to draw. Now, that could be a paper or digitally. For me, I don't know if I want to draw on paper today. I've done too many acrylic paintings. I have done 2 acrylic paintings in my whole entire life, and I'm saying I've done too many because I did 2 in a row. Now, yeah, we can just draw on my laptop. People with their screen display tablets, and I am here with my classic veikk tablet. What do you call this? Veikk, right? I know. So yeah, this is my drawing tablet. It is wired, FYI, and this is what I use to paint all the time. And yeah, I look job. God, I cannot listen to myself. Okay, now I'm gonna say. So yeah, I'm gonna listen to some music while painting. I'm gonna record my canvas while painting, so you'll see that. Yeah, why am I looking at myself? I have to look into the camera. This is the camera. I mean, such a beautiful playlist made by me, of course. Everything I make is so beautiful. Narcissism I could speak anyways. Welcome to my office. It's really easy to use. You can just take an image and drag this here. And it's really easy to make a mood board. So you can have this here, and I've set this to be pinned on top. So now that I draw here, I can look at these images. Yeah. After getting a basic idea of what you want to draw, you'd want to make a couple of thumbnail sketches. Now, making thumbnail sketches is very important because you'd want to explore more possibilities. And I would suggest making 3-4 thumbnail sketches. And in this one, I ended up using the first thumbnail. After making 4 thumbnail sketches, I realized that I like the first one. That is usually the case, but does that stop me from making thumbnail sketches? No, and it shouldn't stop you as well, because you must explore more ideas than your first idea to get a better idea. Okay. Back to the painting. So my next step is usually refining the thumbnail sketch. As you can see, the thumbnail sketch was very messy. So I made a layer on top of it and lowered the previous layer's opacity, and then just traced it and made it more refined. And this sketch layer is going to be visible in our final painting, though it's not going to be that much visible, but it's going to be there. I'm just gonna paint over this, and I don't make a line art, so this is our final sketch. Also, excuse the color grading here. I don't know what I did. So it is like 12:30. it's 12:28 right now, and this is my progress. And I have done the final sketch. I don't know. It's yeah. I wanna paint, but it's 12:30, and my mom is mad at me, so I have to sleep. So I'm gonna sleep right now, and I'll wake up tomorrow, and then I'll probably paint. So welcome to day 2. So what I have done is just the sketch which I did yesterday. So what I have to do is I actually have to paint something today, and I don't know. I'm not sure if I like my old sketch, as I woke up with a fresher eye today. So I might have better ideas. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. Finally, it's time to paint now. So what I'm gonna do is just put on random colors on the canvas and see what works and what doesn't, because I never really tested out different color schemes, different color palettes while making the thumbnail sketches. So I'm just doing that here on the painting. And this was a pattern. I tried to do a pattern on the wings, but it didn't work out. And yeah, I'm just painting things however I like. I'm just putting in colors wherever I think would work, and that's literally how I go about my colors in the painting. So let's talk about the theme of the painting. So this painting was initially inspired by a pin on Pinterest, and yeah, there was this girl who was handing her heart out in the image, and like she was injured or something like that. I don't remember. I didn't really save the reference. So yeah, I thought that was a really good photograph. And so this is our painting so far, and I think I don't hate it. Like, but look at this thing. Okay, I really like this. Not this, okay. See, look at this. We took this to this. So I wanted to add a heart here, and I don't know how to draw a heart, so I'm using a reference, and using a reference is okay. You can use a reference like this. And now you can see my UI, like the UI of my drawing application, and I think it's better like this. I would prefer watching a speed paint with the UI there, because then I can see what the artist is actually doing, and it's better like this, I think. But I forget recording, so I have to sometimes use my speed paint that is auto recorded in Krita. By the way, I'm using Krita. Did I tell you? I think I told you that already. And here I wanted to do this material here on the top of the character, but the problem was that, first of all, it wasn't even like something that would go with the whole vibe of the painting, and second of all, I don't know how to paint this material, and it looked awful. And I would like, it looks like some jelly something I drew, so it doesn't look that good. So I'm gonna change it, don't worry. Now this is the top I ended up with. So I wanted this painting to like depict vulnerability, and like I want the character to be very vulnerable. So I like used minimal clothing to, I don't know, represent that. Yeah, right now I'm working on the wings, and for the wings, as you can see, I have used a lot of lasso tool, and the lasso tool thing is like something which is very useful. I learned this from Loish, if you know her. Am I pronouncing her name right? I don't know. So like this artist Loish, and I really like how she uses the lasso tool to like make hard edges. So I've used the lasso tool so much in this paint. I'll tell you what I did. So this is how far we've came. Like I painted for an hour and I was watching a YouTube video right here. So I watched like 3 YouTube videos, all of them being 20 minutes long, I think. And yeah, I painted for 1 hour. I'll do something else. So I'm gonna study or do something else. I don't. Welcome to day 3, and I am like drawing over everything. I've made a new layer and I'm just painting over everything and making things more refined and adding more color to her little red piece of fabric which was wrapped around her lower part. So I just wanted that to be a little more vibrant. Though I don't know how to paint fabrics, especially when they're interacting. So we are almost done with the painting, but I'm gonna add a darker shadow, like a dark border around the painting so that it creates the spotlight effect and makes the character our focal point, which is very important because you wouldn't want the viewer to be distracted. And I'm also adding some shadows. Like I'm like this layer which I'm working on is set on overlay, and I'm also adding more saturated colors to make the places that are like the focal point more pronounced. And I'm working a little bit on the face because the face wasn't that, good. So I wanted the face to be in the shadow because, of course, it's covered by her hair. So it would be in shadows. And I'm just painting over things again using the lasso tool. Now I have created a new layer, as you can see, and I'm cropping the painting and editing it a little bit, like playing with the graphs and all those things here. And I've like duplicated my paint duplicated my painted layer, and I'm only applying the effect on the copied layer so that my painting is preserved again. And yeah, I did something. I don't know what I was doing here. I just did something. I added in some noise in the end to make the painting a bit more textured. And yeah, that's it. And we are almost done with our painting. By the way, I signed it. I think I signed it before editing. Oh, okay, so now my painting looks very cool, and you guys should like my with. So yeah, bye.